So yesterday I made and uploaded a video comparing the Panasonic Lumix G7 to the a6500, but I decided to delete that video and make a new one because there were too many variables. The lighting was different. I was shooting in vivid for some reason on the G7, and I felt dumb when I was making it, and I felt even dumber after I posted it, and I was like, what, there's not, I mean, this test isn't scientific, but that one was completely unscientific. So today I redid it, and I got the exposure pretty close. I kept the lighting and the chair in the same spot, and the framing is very similar, although I use different lenses, obviously, using the two systems. I used the Sigma 19mm f2.8 on the Panasonic, and I used the 18-105 Sony lens on the a6500, and I framed them about similarly. It seemed to me as though the f4 and the 2.8 were similar in terms of bokeh. The f4 might have had a wee bit more, but I was zoomed in a wee bit and all that, so it looks like that's completely not something to go off of, but food for thought. The depth of field was fairly similar, maybe a little more on the Sony. Right now I'm actually shooting on the 50mm 1.8 on the a6500 because why not? Never shot with this lens, and I figured it would look kind of neat, spice it up a little bit compared to the videos I usually do. So yeah, I put them in the same framing and everything, and I wanted to make a comparison video because the Panasonics are all pretty similar, image quality wise and 4K, I would say, especially between like the G7 and the G85. I had a GX85. They look pretty much the same, so I don't think that's a big deal. The G7 is worse in low light, but we're lit here, so not too much of a difference. So just kind of giving you a way to look at, like, maybe the colors, the sharpness, things like that. I also shot in auto white balance, so that's a variable right there, but I guess you can see how good the auto white balance is for yourself. I don't know, Panasonic looked a little more yellow to me, but obviously that could be because I was using auto white balance, but who knows. I corrected it a little bit. I just graded the white, or the yellow, to a little more of a white or a bluish color, and they matched up pretty close. And I just did that on the highlights. I tried not to do anything too much, just a little touch, so you can still see for yourself, the sharpness, the saturation, stuff like that, I suppose. Just kind of did it for fun. And what I did was, I know most comparison videos have, a bunch of different shots where they'll shoot the same thing, walking around a city or whatever. But a lot of times I find myself, you kind of prefer the first shot automatically. So what I did, and then, the second shot, and then it's like, and then it goes on to the next thing, I guess, if you have an untrained eye, as I would say that I do, compared to, people who do this, super professionally. I shoot weddings. But I'm not, like a big color grader or anything like that. I'm not a pixel peeper type of guy. So what I did was I recorded like a 1-minute clip with each camera, similar exposure, and I snipped the clips down to like 5 to 7 minute segments and just kept putting them back to back of the same shot, so you can just keep bouncing back and forth and take a better look, without rewinding and things like that. And it's all the same shot. It's just me sitting in a chair, something like this, but framed differently, further over in this section over here of the basement. So yeah, just so you could get a really easy way to compare, I guess, with the standard profile on each camera, auto white balance. There are many variables. Could be the quality of the lens and stuff. And my light just died. So anyways, I'm going to show you the clips because I like the videos, but they don't tell you which camera it is. So I'll do an A and a B, and then at the end I'll just do some type of text segment that says which cameras are which, so you don't have any biases. And Damn light, I should have charged it up. It is what it is.